We made it. Oh my. Oh, I was telling you. Let's see. I don't know. We got too much going on here. All right. Let's see, guys. Let's get them up. I told you I will be back when Dragon gets in position.
Microgravity for the past 30 hours, a little over that, but once they're on space station, they'll really be able to spread out and get acquainted with their home for the next several months.
Yeah, we do have a diverse crew. So we have two people with some experience in space, probably helping out the space rookies on board, which is pretty cool. And again, we mentioned that Commander Jessica Meir, this is her second flight, but first flight on Dragon. And then our mission specialist, Andrei Fedyayev, it's actually his second flight on Dragon itself. He actually flew on Crew 6 previously, which is pretty cool.
That is, it seems like just yesterday.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Yes. And so once they do dock, NASA astronaut Chris Williams, as we've been mentioning, is going to be primed for those hatch operations, as well as monitoring Dragon as it comes in for its approach. We're now less than an hour away from our approximate docking time today at 12:11 p.m. Pacific. But he'll be monitoring from the space station's cupola, also known as the Window to the World. This is a contribution from the European Space Agency to the International Space Station and has a series of 6 windows where the crew can look out at the Earth below, as well as take incredible photography. And I've never experienced it myself, but I'm told it's one of the favorite hangout spots for the crew on board the space station, which you could imagine why.
Yeah, I think that's where I'd be hanging out if I was on the International Space Station. I believe it's also the 16th year for having that cupola on board the International Space Station as well.
That's right. It's actually a year of anniversaries. This is the 15th year of the Commercial Crew program since its startup. So congratulations to them on that. And then just recently, back in November of last year, the International Space Station completed a massive major milestone with 25 years of continuous human presence on board the space station.
Yeah, that's pretty incredible to have humans in space for that long. And it's so cool to be able to be a part of that.
And in that time, we've seen over 270 people fly to the International Space Station, as well as seen several private astronaut missions. So it is great to see that more people are having the opportunity to experience space and go to the International Space Station.
And what you're seeing on your screen is mission control here in Hawthorne, California at SpaceX. We are currently in between communications with the Dragon spacecraft. So once we do get some live views back, we will obviously share them as soon as we can. But so far, the Crew 12 crew is on Dragon Freedom. They are healthy and getting ready to approach the International Space Station. Again, docking is planned for 12:11 p.m. Pacific time today. Oh, perfect timing. Some live views there. And we are from the International Space Station looking at that bright dot in the top center of your screen. That is Dragon.
All right, y'all. Just keep up.
We're going to check in with Mission Control.
I rewinded back because I know
NASA's Leah Cheshire.
they've actually docked, but let's look at the replay.
Thanks, Jesse and Sandra. We're doing great over here in Mission Control Houston and just heard that we have approached waypoint 0. As you can see, the thrusters on Dragon are firing from this view aboard the space station. Just off to the left of the screen, that's one of the International Space Stations.
Over there in that chat. I mean, thrusters, you can't really fake thrusters. I'm not really sure who's about to spend $1 billion, $20 billion on fuel for, you know, a performance. You guys are weird.
Your screen, you can keep
Stop
up
being
with the
weird.
distance of Dragon from the space station, now 384 meters away. We are at waypoint 0. This is the first of one of these upcoming pauses. We will then move to waypoint 1, expecting that in about 30 minutes before flying into waypoint 2. We typically do a little hold at that point before flying in for contact and capture of Dragon to the zenith or space-facing port of the International Space Station. Dragon won't be the only Dragon aboard the space station right now. We also have SpaceX's 33rd commercial resupply mission still aboard the International Space Station. These continuous resupply missions help keep the crew stocked with all of their consumables, whether that be
Dragon
food
SpaceX
or
on
water.
the big loop. Approach 0 is in progress and trajectory has converged on waypoint 1.
Copy.
We are less than an hour from the arrival of Crew 12 to the International Space Station today, a mission that began yesterday morning at 5:15 a.m. Eastern Time, 4:15 a.m. Central. And it looks like we are coming into almost an orbital daytime for the International Space Station. As Jesse mentioned earlier, the space station is traveling at approximately 17,500 miles per hour around the Earth and sees 16 sunrises and sunsets a day. So what's happening now is
17,000 miles per hour
line over the North Pacific Ocean, and that terminator line is what differentiates between day and night when you are in space. Dragon is traveling equally as fast as the International Space Station, but also performing maneuvers very closely timed around the orbiting laboratory to keep its approach methodical, to keep it safe. We say slow and steady wins the race sometimes when it comes to two vehicles docking. Sandra also previously touched on this being the 25th year, which started last November, of human presence aboard the International Space Station. So just some fun facts about that time aboard. During that time, the International Space Station has traveled 4,361,970,000.
That's the problem. Some of you don't understand. It's been a quarter of a century.
And has had 1.5.
I don't know anything that's the same from 25 years ago.
Delivered. That's again what keeps the space station.
I don't even look like I did 25 years ago.
Consumables needed for the crew, as well as experiments that they've conducted aboard the space station. And of those experiments,
all right, I'm going to take us a little bit.
1,000 research investigations conducted.
25. I mean, come on, people.
Laboratory, making life better, not just in space, and preparing us for future deep space missions.
How many? Is it 3 already on there now? So we got what, 7?
For us here on Earth. Those 4,000 research investigations have been conducted by over 5,000 researchers from over 110 countries. And in that time, we've seen over 270 spacewalks with over 1,700 hours logged outside the orbiting laboratory. Now, this view coming to you from inside the Dragon capsule itself, you're looking over the shoulders of Commander Jessica Meir and pilot
Jessica.
Hathaway. This is Meir's second flight to the space station, which looks big and beautiful in your screen right now, that view coming from Dragon itself.
So if you're in Florida, there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to look in the sky at night and see this. Because I done already got photos. Shout out to Frida Green. If you're in Florida, you and
if you look at the very top of the space station,
you get to see a lot more.
Up toward the top of your screen, you'll see that other Dragon that's currently docked. Again, that's the Commercial Resupply 33 mission. SpaceX's 33rd commercial resupply mission to the space station. What you see in front of the crew are their crew displays. They're able to monitor the entire flight to the space station, and again, once they begin their journey home, not for several months from now, but they are suited and seated.
I think this is like only 8 month
We also
trip.
These integrated operations.
That's kind of short,
that big
you know.
Is established, allowing all of the parties at play here to communicate with each other.
They'd have to fight me to come back.
Here in Mission
I'm not coming back. Okay, if I take off, I'm not coming back. I told y'all that. You better. I won't be coming back. So 8 months, they would have to pry my dead fingers off of the dang on space station, because there's no way I want to come back.
Operations also begin when we enter the approach ellipsoid, which we
right. So we understand it's not orbiting right now, so they could dock for the slow people in the back. They would normally be orbiting like the graphs.
The crew begins their departure from the space station again, not
Wouldn't look
for
like
several
that.
months from now. During that time, they're going to stay busy working with the research aboard the space station, living and working aboard our orbiting laboratory.
I don't know how GPS might be doing right now. I wouldn't be dependent on GPS right now for the next
back to these crew displays. Of course,
24 hours.
The crew has the option to monitor the spacecraft as they fly to their intended destination. They also have the capability to take over command if they needed to of Dragon, but the entirety of the flight is intended to be autonomous, and the crew steps back and monitors. This is a great view of the space station, and if you look closely on those solar arrays, those 8 large solar arrays, you'll see on top of some of them we have a smaller, what looks like second array, and that's what it is. It's the International Space Station Rollout Solar Array, also known as IROSA, helping to provide additional power to the International Space Station.
Look, I don't know who in the chat over there talking about some happy Valentine's Day. This is Valentine's, okay? Stop messing up the flow of the conversation. Oh, you're not going to get a better gift than this. Stop being so fluffy.
Again, this view coming from Dragon to the space station. Of course, both spacecraft can see each other now. NASA astronaut Chris Williams will be monitoring Dragon's approach to the station from the cupola. As Sandra put it, the window to the world. We have 3 crew members living and working aboard the space station right now.
All right, so that's right. It's already 3 people living there.
That includes Sergei Mikhaev, Sergei Kutsverchkov, both of Roscosmos, and as aforementioned, NASA astronaut Chris Williams. All 3 of those crew members are awake right now. This is an orbital, this is their wake time.
Where y'all at, flat earthers? Where are the flat earthers?
As their time zone, it's sort of a branch between Houston and Russia, where we monitor
flat earthers, where are you?
This view of Dragon from the space station, if you look to the right side of your screen, looking pretty small there, but they'll continue to get closer, flying over the North Pacific Ocean, about 260 statute miles above Earth. And of course, as we have discussed, Dragon will be docking to the Zenith or space-facing port on the Harmony module. So we will start to lose the views of Earth behind Dragon, and instead Dragon will be seeing Earth behind the space station. And if you've ever been interested, you can indeed see the space station with your own eye. We have a tool that helps you do that as well.
The name is Dragon.
Go online to nasa.gov, check out Spot the Station. You can input your location, and you'll receive a list of upcoming visibilities at dusk and dawn when the International Space Station is flying over your area.
Right.
It's an pretty incredible thing to see.
Didn't I tell y'all to go and get the app so you can see? It just uses your destination like GPS, and when this PlayStation, when the space station / world's PlayStation, because it's kind of what it be given, you know, flies over your own house, you can catch it. You can get a good glimpse.
Coming up on just 400 meters away from.
I forgot how many kilometers the eyes can see, but yeah, it's really close. You can see it. It's not that far out. Okay, we're not in the freaking intergalactic of space. This is like what? How many kilometers did it say was from Earth? I forgot. Maybe a few hundred.
That can be about, or that is about
from Earth's outer core. I have to go back and pull it up. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. I don't remember.
Gets the go to move in toward the docking hatch. Now, if you are paying attention to the bottom left side of your screen, you can see where the thrusters on Dragon are firing to keep it in its proper location as we continue the slow and steady approach to the International Space Station. You can also see a little map of Earth. As I just mentioned, we're flying over the North Pacific Ocean, both the International Space Station and Dragon, and they are just
Who's around? Anybody about the North Pacific Ocean? I don't know, probably over in the comments.
And down through the southwest of the United States into the Gulf.
I don't want to go too far. Now, I know it's slowed down, but
beautiful view coming from the space station of Dragon as they both prepare to cross over the northwest of the United States of America. As you can see, the Dragon capsule has already changed its positioning with the International Space Station. You previously could see the outline of that commercial resupply Dragon docked to the space station, but now we can't. We have moved up, and we will continue to move up toward that zenith or space-facing port on the Harmony module of the International Space Station. And as we mentioned, we do have 3 people living and working aboard the space station. So far today, they have completed their exercise. All crew members are required to exercise approximately 2 hours a day, every day while in space. Obviously, you're not using your bones or muscles as strongly as you would on the Earth during that time. And so these extended periods of exercise allow us to help keep the astronauts' bones strong while they are in a microgravity environment.
For the ones who are so super slow and don't understand, yeah, that should be, I mean, even the military would understand why they had to exercise 2 hours a day. That bone density up there, like that they have to do that. So that's for all the naysayers not understanding.
Also enjoyed their midday meals. Chris Williams having just
I don't think y'all can 10 minutes on Earth, and they are at space. Got to do it for 2 hours. It's required.
Photo and video work inside the International Space Station. Chris Williams, NASA astronaut, will be primed to monitor Dragon's approach and then assist with the hatch opening operations. That includes pressurizing the vestibule, which is that small area between both the International Space Station and the Dragon hatch. Now, once the crew has docked today, we will, and once those hatches are open, we'll have a PAO event. That'll be their welcome ceremony. They'll get to discuss how it feels to be on the International Space Station, so we hope you'll stay tuned for that. After that welcome ceremony, we'll move into the International Space Station safety briefing. That's requiring participation from all crew members. That is the very first thing they do while on the space station. And then our new crew members will also get into some of the brief handover that'll take place tonight with the crew on the space station.
Right, it's going to be going on a while, you guys, because it's like a process. So
hand screen is Commander Jessica Meir, and on your right is Pilot Jack Hathaway. And as they're monitoring the autonomous vehicle,
Jack, you did really good for your first pilot trip to space.
From the Dragon space
I know he was nervous.
Space Station.
That's a milestone.
It looks bright here and maybe looks small from this view, but it's actually about the size of a football field, which is pretty large. They've got a lot of space out there in space.
That's right. And the International Space Station,
you know how tiny
are actually flying over the.
You gotta feel to be out there in all of that space like that. Maybe that's why they limit the time. I'm not really sure. I would have to get to only 8 months and they go rotating out, because I don't know, maybe that gets to people. I think I could handle it. I think I would be perfectly fine with all that space. I might be too dang fine.
The continental
Something
United States as we
seriously
speak. They're right overhead of Laredo, Texas. So if you're outside in Laredo and you're watching
different
this,
in my
step
brain.
outside and wave up to our Crew Dragon Freedom crew members as they approach their new home for a long-duration science and research mission aboard the International Space Station. As part of some of the science that the crew will be working on during their expedition, they will be working on an IV fluid bag experiment, seeing if they can take IV fluid from the water processing system on board the International Space Station. And this is really critical as we venture out further into the solar system, because as you can imagine, water is quite heavy to launch, and you'll need IV bags for a variety of medical reasons on long duration space flights. So if we're able to create these IV bags in the microgravity of space using recycled water, that's one less thing that we have to bring, and it creates the availability of crew members to utilize those if needed. So I'm excited to see how that science experiment goes.
They brought some musical instruments.
Science and research being done on
we got a guitar.
With our space station blog.
I forgot. You got to keep up, my guy. We got like 3 of the crew brought instruments so they can like play their music
to deal with the International Space Station. So check it out if you haven't already. It's a great resource.
Yeah, it's a great reminder that the International Space Station is
a
laboratory. This is where they
perform
all these different science experiments, and again, for many different reasons.
Maybe he just doesn't understand.
But ultimately, to make life better out in space, but also here on Earth.
That's a nice way of saying, listen here, Earthians, we're over this place, and we're doing our best to figure out how to go somewhere else. And
as well as the augmented solar arrays, the iROSE,
quite a possibly ruin it.
Rollout solar arrays are the smaller stacked on some of the arrays you see there. And while they're smaller, they actually generate more power than the large arrays due to enhanced technology.
All right, let's go on.
Since the time that those initial solar arrays launched.
Right, when I was asking for the flat earthers. Yeah, like the way they will go about that, Mr. DJ, is at this point, something's there. Like, have it. You can have it. Whatever. Okay. Because they will literally want to like take your life. You don't get on board and reject and denounce. Look, if you don't denounce the earth is around, they will like want to kill you. They are really something's wrong with them.
Dragon looking at the International Space Station as well as views from inside of the cabin.
Even though I'm watching the thing orbit, when, like I said, they're not hiding the space station. Just if you want to ping it in, it's always orbiting. It doesn't. It's stopping now so they can dock, but just, it's on my app. I mean, maybe one night I can share that with y'all.
This is her second space flight, and
just hold your phone up, it pings your location, and you can zoom in and see it. You can see the lights. It's pretty close. It's not as far as you think it is.
Serving as the pilot today. And then you can't quite see them, but there are 2 other members on board Dragon. To the left, European Space Agency astronaut Sophie Adano, her very first space flight. And to their right is Roscosmos cosmonaut Andrei Fedyaev. This is his second space flight.
For the England people, yes, there are Russians. There's a Russian that's already on there, and then Andrei's coming again. I don't know what Andrei's Russian name, Andrei, but that's what he's going by. It reminds me of the Asian guy I know that goes by Anthony. Like, it just never gets old. Like, out of all the names, like, okay, Anthony.
And that's just in case
he's totally from Japan. It looks every bit of Japanese.
Just a safety precaution. But if everything goes well,
all right, so let's go a little bit.
Station, get out of those seats.
I know they're like these. They haven't been going like that long, y'all. It's been like a little bit over 24 hours.
Their way onto the International Space Station.
They did pretty good. That wasn't a long time. I said this isn't deep space.
The Orion spacecraft and its systems ahead of a future lunar landing mission. So it'll be very cool to see that. And then also another exciting.
Now here they go. Now see. Now the administration, y'all not slick, okay? Y'all got some stuff that you setting up for that lunar mission. We know. We see you. You're not slick. We know what you want to do. I'm just here to, guide the necessary entities that I need to guide, but you're not slick putting your stuff in position, ready to do what you want to do. So don't think we don't see
a
you.
ship-to-ship call between the Orion spacecraft and the International Space Station. So Crew 12 will be able to participate in that ship-to-ship call during their...
Let me see. Because this is all second by second, y'all. Let me tell you, you got to have patience.
Hope and
I think some of y'all will be too impatient to take on jobs like this.
Great news.
So this is what
from the core.
This is what it was supposed to look like.
Continue to approach to waypoint 2. And as I was mentioning, with the international final approach.
Dragon will first make initial soft contact with the adapter soft capture ring, which will then retract to bring Dragon in for the hard capture sequence.
Right.
As a further precaution, Dragon's soft capture system includes a set of rotary spring dampeners to lessen the force of the contact between the spacecraft and the station.
I think we get that. If you don't get that, and I don't know, you ain't watched, I don't know what to tell you.
Just a couple minutes away from docking. We call docking when the Dragon spacecraft first makes contact with the International Space Station, again expected for 12:11 p.m. Pacific time.
This is pretty current, y'all. This is just like an hour. We're like an hour into it, so that is so hard to keep that there. I mean, whose job is that to have to keep rewind to keep it staying in enough positioning?
And now you can see in the bottom right hand corner, that is the docking adapter. So you can follow along when we make that soft capture with the hooks.
I can literally see the fuel.
Soft capture, as well as hard capture with there's 12 hooks that will connect with the International
over there
Space
in the
Station
chat
to
talking
lock
Star
it
Trek.
in.
See, y'all, so this why y'all not coming. This why y'all just gonna start trying to make a movie out of everything.
Range is now on your left bottom corner. We are just at
Nightbot over here talking about who want to apply to be a moderator.
meters away from the International Space Station.
Where we do that at, Nightbot? No, I'm not gonna apply to be a moderator on NASA. Like, what is that gonna give me? Like, you need credentials for what's on the application process to mod for NASA? Stop playing Nightbot and trying to cipher information. You're not slick either.
They are doing a very short pause.
You already have everything. What more do you want?
Until the Dragon spacecraft automatically begins the approach for docking.
And you can start to see Dragon be eclipsed by a bit of a shadow here. That is because we are actually passing over the Terminator line. And that is when the distinction between night and day occurs as the International Space Station orbits the Earth.
All players, this is Houston on the Big Loop. Dragon is on final approach and is go for docking. Please monitor for steps 5 and 6 in 1.102, Dragon approach and retreat monitoring.
Well, thanks for sharing, Launchpad.
Station copies, monitoring step 5 and 6.
Great news.
It's like steady.
Get that confirmation that we are go for docking.
And that go coming from the Capcom, or going up to the crew rather, that is Capcom Jacob Lesarge. That was up to NASA astronaut Chris Williams, who is in the cupola as we speak, monitoring approach and docking, now nearing in on 16 meters away from the International Space Station.
You have a brown pilot. Shout out to him that's coming up there. If it's bothering, I think it's bothering some of you people, and by you people, I mean, let me say this. I'm glad my son is doing that little pilot, whatever training program that he's in, because unfortunately, just because you don't see yourself in the picture doesn't mean you're not in the picture. You got to understand, Okay, it is what it is, but you got to appreciate the progress that we have made, man. So yeah, that's why I'm not gonna let anybody tell me when things are fake. When I got my son's up, like, my gosh, he can't even get a day off.
We might hear the call
I don't
out.
know, whatever
We
that
will hear
training
the
he's
call out
in,
from
Mr.
CHOP, which
DJ.
stands for Crew Hands Off
I don't
Complete.
know, but
At this point,
dang,
any aborts will
it's
have
like
to be done
serious
automatically
business.
by Dragon.
I gotta go see him. He can't even
And the crew on board the space station can
it's pretty
also send a
serious. Okay,
retreat
let me.
command to Dragon if needed. Dragon now 14 meters
I do
away
too,
from the
Roy Nusser.
International
Wish
Space
more
Station,
institutions
closing in.
operated like NASA. One of the things that's appreciated is order, because you can't be sloppy and be playing around with equipment and technology that could cause catastrophic events. This is not a sloppy thing. And the problem with people, they don't like order. They don't like to appreciate the fact that order is necessary. Corrupt people will be corrupt, but that order is necessary to accomplish these things. So yeah, I wish more people, we had a little bit more order too, that, functioned appropriately. We're going to leave that there. Let me see. That's going to take another. Let's see how close we can.
Clearly see on your screen the docking adapter on Dragon.
Yeah, here we go.
It's approaching the International Space Station. A great view from the
That's
International
engineering.
Space Station. You can see the
oh my gosh,
short distance between Dragon. Just 3 meters away.
Come on. And this process, yeah, it did take a few hours. I'm just giving it to you, drive-through style, fast food.
Continuing to close in.
1 meter.
1 meter. And it's, it's pretty, yeah. We can see, I don't know if y'all can see it because of my logo, but it's showing the meters. My face is in the way.
Dragon SpaceX on the big loop. Dragon contact and soft capture complete.
Soft capture complete.
And contact confirmed. Dragon made contact with the International Space Station at 12:15 p.m. Pacific time, flying 277 statute miles over South Africa.
All right, so it hit the target, y'all. It was for 3:15. Like they did target.
A few steps to complete before Dragon is securely attached to station. We'll complete the soft capture ring retraction, and just a few minutes later, the hard capture sequence will begin. And about 10 minutes after that contact moment.
Dragon SpaceX on the big loop. Ring retraction in progress.
There's just a call out for that soft capture ring retraction, starting that sequence there. Again, about 10 minutes after first contact will be when Dragon hard docking is completed. That's when all 12.
Are y'all understanding? Soft capture, then the hard capture, and the 10-minute differentiation. I might be able to speed that up. So this is,
and there are,
I know, right, James?
But 6 will begin the process for.
Me too. I'm just going back, giving a redo.
Again, you can follow that. A little hard to see the graphic in your bottom right-hand screen there, but you could follow along with the hard capture docking sequence there on that graphic.
I mean, this is like a 12 crew. There's no reason why this is like routine.
Corner hard capture graphic there.
So,
and again, if you're just joining us, we did have a docking at 12:15 p.m. Pacific time while the International Space Station was flying over South Africa. Crew 12 did launch on February 13th at 2:15 a.m. Pacific time. and is comprised of NASA astronauts Jessica Meir and Jack Hathaway, as well as European Space Agency or ESA astronaut Sophie Adeneau and Roscosmos cosmonaut Andrei Fedyaev. And as you can see on your screen there, they are now docked to the Zenith port of the International Space Station. The soft capture system will now begin retracting to bring the spacecraft in closer for a hard capture, which is accomplished by deploying 12 hooks in 2 sets of 6.
And the crew is still seated in their seats all the way through hard capture. Once the vehicle is hard docked to the International Space Station.
Okay, I don't know if any, the space capsule, you guys, those seats are so tiny that on TV they make them look a whole lot larger than what they are. So we have a space station here in Huntsville, and you can go on, and they'll let you can go in like this is about that size. And I think I got a picture of my daughter. I have to find that. That's somewhere deep in the photos for her birthday. She wanted to experience what it was to sit in a capsule. So we provided that for her, and that it was so tiny. Like, you gotta really, if you don't do small spaces, you just not. I think a lot more people get rooted out. I mean, not rooted out, but a delicate way, a nice way of saying it, they cannot handle the small spaces for an extended period of time. It's really small.
And actually doff their suits and get a little bit more comfortable inside the Dragon space.
Yeah, Artemis 2, we're just a couple weeks away.
The International Space
Now
Station.
that's going to be intense. This wasn't as intense, but that flight around the moon before they get ready to land is going to be intense, because I'm just saying they already missed the flight date. So we just going to have to see what happens.
So Dragon soft capture system will now begin retracting to
Dragon SpaceX on the big loop. Bring retraction complete. Docking sequence holding for MCS.
All right.
Configuration.
Now I'm gonna see if I can get
at the hard
investigation could lead to
before moving into hatch operations.
That's right, and things will be picking up inside the space.
Now we can get a I can take y'all all the way to, here we go. So I know you want to see some motion. I like the motion too.
Just a moment ago, we saw a glimpse of Roscosmos cosmonaut Sergei Kutsverchkov, one of the 2 cosmonauts and one of the 2 Sergeys living aboard the International Space Station, the other being Sergei Mikhaev. He is standing by also to welcome the new crew members aboard the space station.
I offered to go, but they said they didn't need any more help, you guys. I was going to just provide, any necessary services, because I was so bored with Earth, but they told me it doesn't work like that. So I got denied. I said I can't be trusted in space, that I will probably summon up all types of things, which is what they really want. I don't, if they would just ask us, we would help you all speed this process up. But you need to ask properly. Okay, you need to say, we need help. We're trying to make contact with higher intelligence, and we don't just ask, and we'll give you a hand.
Come check on Dragon to ground.
You have not, because you asked.
You are clear on Dragon to ground. Just wanted to offer the PMC if required.
All right, that part was so slow. I don't think I could. It was like, okay, come on, guys, let's move a little bit.
International Space Station, and you just saw the lighting change a little bit. We are preparing to cross over that Terminator line, the difference between day and night on the space
Yeah, I was gonna say, well, they're at the Terminator line, so
docking at 2:15 p.m. Central
okay.
Time.
Somebody that was in the comments, that's not glitching. When they go over that line, it goes from day to night, like that quick. I mean, imagine on Earth, you can be. Look, this is simple science. I don't know why they're not over there understanding that. That's how it's going to do that. It was day and now it's night. I don't know. What part of the world would not understand? It's completely morning somewhere else and it's going to be night another place. It's a very small line there. It's not like
currently flying over the border between North and South Korea, 260 statute miles over Earth. The International Space Station travels 17,500 miles per hour. That's about 5 miles a second, and sees 16 sunrises and sunsets a day. And if you've been watching throughout the broadcast, you've probably noted a few of those.
Well, 16 sunrises in a day. Yeah, that would probably be something. Oh my gosh, like you gotta have a tough mind. This is not for feeble-minded people. Clearly. I could handle watching the sun come up 16 times and going down 16 times. I mean, but they've already trained for these things, so you know, people they opt themselves out when they realize the
on the right side of your screen again, that is the interior of the Node 2 Zenith hatch. That's where Dragon is docked, just on the other side. NASA astronaut Chris Williams
those seminars will get
people small space between both the Dragon and the space station hatch. We are conducting leak checks as standard procedure. This helps us ensure that the pressure is equal in that space and is not caused by any temperature fluctuations. Once we have confirmation that the vestibule is pressurized, we will get into those hatch opening operations and we'll see our new crew members enter the space station.
I don't know who was up in here talking about nice hair, Sophie. We don't got time to be talking about somebody's hairstyle. See, this is why I don't think Sophie cares anything about complimenting her hair. Let's go on and see if I can get to like compliment her mind.
Conduct helps.
Sophie literally like.
We are in the International Space Station.
What is this her first or second trip? I don't know. I think it might be her second. I have to go all the way. So you can see that's what it looks like. So they got to come in that little chute. Then they got to go the second dock. They got to wait. And then they'll go into their little place. So yeah, it needs to be that tiny. So we're here now. I just went on and got to the. Let's get to the meat and potatoes.
SpaceX Dragon ready for the inventory.
SpaceX is ready to copy inventory, and I am still looking to confirm for the original question, which I will follow up on for utensils. But at this time, ready for inventory.
So for the inventory, water, bag number 2010, bag number 202, 0, bag number 203, 0, and bag number 204, 1.
Copy for 201 through 203, all 0, and 204 is 1.
Dang, y'all checking the... I think I went past the inventory check.
That's correct.
With the bags.
For food, bag number 301, 302, 301, 302, 0.
All right, SpaceX copies. 301, 302 are both 0 for food.
Affirm, and for food again, 304, 303, 1.
Copy 1 for 304 and 303.
Good words. And for waste, 17 uses of urine collection.
SpaceX copies 17 for the waste system. For the water, does this include, we will be using 1 water bottle in section 3 of 4.400. So want to confirm if your previous inventory accounts for that, or if you will use that bottle that's remaining in 204 for the waste system flush.
That's a very good point. We will use the remaining of 204, and so all of the 4 bags, 201 through 204, will be remaining 0 after the procedure.
All right, core copies. We'll
I'm all up in the inventory, y'all. Like, what? And I am so confirm, inquisitive. Why am I over here all up in the inventory, like logging it? Like, okay, the food's good. Like, I really think I'm on a mission. I have convinced I am really, like, I'm over here I'm really docking this inventory. Like, okay, yeah, I missed it earlier. So the food's intact. That was back 3. Like, I'm over here docking. The nerve of me knowing I had nothing to do with providing the food or inventory and making sure that these things were secure and made it to their destination and are intact, and the packaging and passable to go inside. Like what's going on here?
That we do have additional utensils for the downhill.
Okay, we got some additional utensils
in bags 306 and 308.
Y'all got that? 306, 308. We got some extra utensils. Who asked for that?
So you should be able to dispose of utensils from the uphill.
Are we just going to be disposing of utensils like that? Well, did anybody make a committee? You know, who decided just utensils that, you know, we want to see what's going on. How are you going to dispose of the other utensils? Like, you're just going to shoot them out there in space? I mean, we got new ones with the others not good enough. I'd like, you know, it's just a random question. What's wrong with the ones that we did they mail, like, oh, well, you know, I forgot somebody did get sick, so never mind. I think we might want to change out a couple of things. I forgot the crew member that got sick. And yeah, so if that's, you know, I'm just going to leave that there. Go ahead with your new utensils, but I don't think that's going to help.
Voices were ESA astronaut Sophie Adeno and the SpaceX core in Hawthorne, California. Adeno was reporting all of the inventory that they used aboard Dragon during their 34-orbit rendezvous to the International Space Station. As previously mentioned, everything aboard the space station is meticulously tracked, and the same is true for Dragon. This view in the center of your screen is NASA astronaut Chris Williams working through the hatch opening process. First up on the list was vestibule pressurization, introducing air from the space station side into that small space between both the SpaceX Dragon and International Space Station hatch.
NASA, I'm about to go into the blog, okay? I'm going to have to leave a comment over here about the way you all are pronouncing the word dragon. You don't need to drag out the DRA. It's just a little much. It's dragon or dragon, but you don't need to be like dragon. You know, it's kind of down, like, can something be done about that? I know it seems very, minuscule compared to the matters at hand, but I don't like the way you're pronouncing that. You're gonna have to work on how you're saying the word dragon, okay? You don't need to over insinuate the A and the G. Ag should not be the priority in the dragon. All right? We need to work on that, guys.
That has been confirmed complete after good leak checks. Again, we had docking today at 2:15 p.m. Central, and we are expecting hatch opening at about 4 p.m. Central.
Dragon, this is Houston on the Big Loop. Wanted to let you know to stand by for hardline audio config. What this means.
Oh, James, you know what? I didn't think about that. If they're, you know what, James, you hit it on the point. I just saw your comment, because a lot of this stuff is supplies. Like the space station also is a supply station for the lunar project. So yeah, it is going to make sense to bring a whole bunch of extra stuff, like the utensils, and people are going to be there for an extended amount of time. So you're dead on. And I'm like, what's wrong with they got? Well, yeah, but is there a reason to get rid of the O? Like, is there only so much room? You know what? The weight. I wouldn't think utensils would matter that much, but apparently they have. I just wonder why they have to dispose of them. Like, are they really disposing of them? Are they're sending them back? I don't know. I guess that's not for me to know, but it makes sense, because I don't know if it's to keep them safe or they thinking about all the extras that's coming. I don't know, but it would make sense. Some stuff got to swap out. Like, I get that. I was being petty. I apologize. Now, so I was really being petty about these utensils, okay?
Of audio outage while we make the configuration swap. Do you have any questions?
Second copies are standing by.
You know who doesn't get enough credit? The engineers. I know at least one aerospace engineer, and his parents. He wanted to do that forever. I tried to get my daughter to. She thought about it, but she's going biophysics. She just wasn't interested anymore. But that engineering.
As you heard that call to the crew from Houston Mission Control to the crew aboard Dragon, we have been using the C2V2 Common Communications for Visiting Vehicles link. It's an audio loop. Also, we call it the Big Loop, that allows us to talk to all of the crew members in space aboard the orbiting.
Hear that, James? It's C2V2. That's what they're using. So you got to get your antenna together.
Mission Control Houston and Mission Control in Hawthorne, all on the same loop. Once Dragon arrives to the space station, we reconfigure that loop so that we all have individual again.
I mean, he is really getting at that. Let me see what's going past that. You stepped on something, buddy. And you see why them shoes aren't necessary. You've been messed up this stuff. Although I don't. Who needs shoes, right? Okay. Let's just glide on there. Let's just glide on. What's up next? So this was still a countdown for like 28. I think I ended up coming back on the hatch opening. Now I didn't hear auto supplies. Now y'all know I know you muted us out on some of these supplies in the bags, but that's okay. I understand. I'm good. I don't need to know what's in every bag and everything. I'm just glad the food's good, and your medicines.
Copy that, Chris.
But
at the moment, we want to recommend
just
hanging tight for a little bit longer. Otherwise, it might take some force by using your feet on the side and that sort of thing.
Because see, I would have been hiding, over there in that corner right there. Let me find out somebody hitchhiking and not telling us, okay? Because I really thought the crew, they said I didn't know 3 were still there. I misunderstood that.
Inclinations to want to check to make sure that the APAS or the valve there is still open too.
But we're not gonna mistake not having all the information, meaning it's not correct. It's not real. Like we just not entitled to that.
Communications between Jacob Lesarge, the Capcom here in Michigan.
Well, people need to be thankful they get this much.
You see on your screen.
Because if it was up to me and my billions invested, you wouldn't get anything.
That level out before he attempts to open the APAS hatch. That helps make it a little bit easier to open that hatch. Requires a little less effort once that has leveled out with the pressure aboard the space station.
I'm not sure how long depressurization takes long. I'm not that deep into it, but I know it takes a minute. You just can't go busting the doors open. I'm sorry, you guys. Interstellar and a few other space, they give you a very, very short or fast version of how it really is. Okay. But
Dragon,
we're going to keep it
on the big loop. Comcheck, hardline audio reconfig is complete.
Okay, you gotta get that. You gotta open it. You got it. Come on, guys.
We have you same. Sounds good.
Oh, hey, Trin. I didn't see you, boo. Hang on. I'm coming, Trinity. Girl, I'm over here, all up in the inventory. Like I'm in this. Okay, it's up and it's stuck. Trinity, we might have to use our superpowers tonight. Trinity, we might have to lock in, girl. I think they need us because everybody can't do what we do.
The APAS hatch.
So we're going to tap into our superpowers. That's for Trinity.
That he was previously pressurizing, and through that vestibule.
Okay, we got it open. Let's go.
Spacecraft with the
Come on.
4 Crew 12 crew members.
Is with you on the big loop.
Again, they're docking coming at 2:15 p.m. Central today.
We've got all of it out and just temp stowed right now. Is this coming into station with us now? We're just leaving it temp stowed. Is that the plan?
It looks so dark in the whole wall. I'm like, can somebody turn the lights on? I can't see in there. Okay, can you need to zoom in the little hole.
Later, not immediately at hatch open.
Turn the lights on. Your little flashlight is not giving me a good enough vision. I'm being ultra nosy.
Just kind of be temp stowed on Velcro, hanging out in the capsule for now.
So we're just gonna be hanging out in the like I need some more lights.
We're not gonna transfer any waste yet.
Who's trying to transfer the waste already?
We'll have to give you a slight update for water consumption and toilet use, flush count in a few minutes after we all finish with those up.
Ooh, well, there's just plenty of room for waste to be dumped out there.
That updated count. And then I have a follow-up on the photos for the suit glove. One ready to copy?
I'm trying to look in the hatch.
Ready to copy.
All right. If it is possible and they are accessible, it is allowed to airdrop the photos from the tablet to the SpaceX iPhones, which are in Dragon. We do have an app there where we can downlink media. However, if that is hard to get to right now, I'm going to say let's not do that at the moment.
Oh, y'all got SpaceX iPhones?
Opportunity to downlink the photos.
How much is that?
Later on after we
$1 million? Y'all got Tesla iPhones? Wow. Okay. Well,
you can even like turn on.
How do I apply?
Phone and take the pictures directly with the SpaceX phone.
Yeah, A-Firm, if that's easy to do right
so
now.
You out here with Tesla iPhone. You wasn't going to tell the people about that?
Future opportunities to get those downlinked to us.
I guess you got to be on the list to get one. Yeah, I don't think we can get them Tesla iPhones. I think that's just for the, the people in the inner circle. But I'm just want them to know. I also saw that Tesla laptop earlier. Don't think I didn't catch that. Y'all look. Okay.
And understand you're not seeing any condensation. Just for awareness for future calls, we're going to push you to the big loop if that's okay.
Copy that. Yep. Switching to 2.
You got it.
Why is I don't need that ticker going on there, y'all. I feel like it's why who turned the ticker
NASA
on?
astronaut Chris Williams communicating with the Capcom here in Mission Control Houston, discussing the
messing up
APAS
my-
hatch, and that is the hatch you see.
I didn't turn it on.
One of the portions of their checklist is to check for any condensation on the hatch. Williams reported there was none, and so they are continuing to step through those procedures. You also heard
I
some
promise I didn't
communications
turn it.
with the crew
Because I don't
aboard
think I
Dragon
did. I might have
and
accidentally did it when I
Hawthorne,
dropped it.
California. They are continuing to work through stowing the items they have been using in Dragon and preparing to open the hatch.
Yeah, I no offense, but y'all, I can't keep up with the cash out. Somebody, like y'all was blowing it up. I don't know. You just gotta love me. Like, you gotta know to love me.
This
don't
is
take it
what is
personal.
used aboard
I'm not gonna ask if
Dragon
I'm
spacecraft
good,
when
but
preparing to dock
I'm
to
probably
the
not gonna
International Space Station.
see it. So I don't like to have it up there and make you think I'm asking, and then y'all be sent like I'm good. But whoever it be, I don't know who you are. I have 2 devices and I don't be checking. Y'all, shout out to my IG that's verified now. It only took them 14 days on use. I asked them a long time ago and they just kept on acting like I was irrelevant. Instagram, I don't even care. I don't care anymore. I lost all interest. But whatever. Okay, I'm still trying to get up in this little hole. My guy, I'm gonna have to go a little bit further because you just keep going in and out there, and I need to see what you're doing. What you put over there in that little? Let's see. I'm gonna have to come back on my own time and zoom in. What you stashing over there in the goddamn on the console? Okay, don't think you. I see you stashing stuff.
Dragon SpaceX over hardline. S-band will be deactivated shortly. Dragon to ground will no longer be available.
Oh.
Verified push-to-talk destinations are all set to ISS.
All right. Okay. I just saw somebody's head go across the. Who floating out there? I just saw your head. You tried to not be in the camera, but I saw you. Identify yourself. I just saw somebody's head go. I didn't see that earlier. Well, I identify yourself, please. You just can't be hanging out by the hedge. Oh, well, wait.
NASA astronaut Chris Williams stepping through the hatch opening procedures. He
Okay.
is installing the
So it's
APAS
Chris.
hatch cover, having recently removed that docking target.
Okay, that was okay. All right, Chris. I didn't know that was you, my guy. That was. I'm glad they must have heard me put that out there. Like, who just walked by? I saw your head. Thanks for clearing that up. Now the hatch covering. What was the purpose of that again?
Installation is complete. We will see Williams route some ducting through the hatch.
Williams, you could have carried that in your pocket. That little hatch covering. You didn't need to leave to go get that.
Hatch equalization and keep the atmosphere in the International Space Station side flowing through toward Dragon.
I still see some more supply bags that y'all didn't say nothing about, but like I said, I'm gonna let it ride because I get it. I understand the assignment, but just know I see these additional supply bags, and you know, I get it. Because if I was out there, I'm gonna need everything that possibly you could think of. Just bring it, send it, okay? Everything, and I mean everything. Okay, let's see if we can get. Okay, Williams. You are right, but I gotta go a little bit more because I still. Okay, so Williams and Chris, is that you? Look, I done got on a first name basis, y'all. Chris, is that you right here with this camera? Because I don't see Williams anymore. Chris said he don't want to float. Chris locked his legs around the dang gone. That's what I see, Chris. I would have did that too. I would have locked my legs around like that, so I got to keep on be like moving when I'm trying. You know, I would have did that too. That was a good move, Chris. I would have took my legs and locked it around that little thing. You got some good. No, that ain't Chris. Chris had more hair. I don't know. Now, hold on a second. I didn't go that far. Chris had hair. You don't got hair. Sir, identify yourself. And you're not Williams either. Now, I done missed somebody's name. Now I feel like I don't know what's going on. I shouldn't have skipped. That's what I get. Because that's not Chris. And that's not Williams. And now I don't know what's going on here. I should not be this invested, but I am. Okay. And somebody was in the comments earlier talking about do NASA got any old cameras they don't want to use anymore for sale? Like, are you kidding me? The public will never have access to that type of property. Like, the fact that somebody would even ask, they keep everything. They keep the stuff from 1965. Like, we're not getting nothing. We can't even get a shoestring or a piece of rope that was on the show. They keep everything for reasons that should be understood. Yeah, I thought was understood don't have to be explained, but apparently some of you actually think is that if y'all on eBay out buying used NASA items, you're getting scammed. You're getting scammed, and you kind of deserve it for actually thinking you have access. Who is Buddy here? Because that's not Williams. Oh, that's the. Hold on a minute, sir. What you? Oh, he's kind of cute there. Get back over there. Now I can't. Now see. He was giving me a little brown tease, but you know, I also on the sun. They on the dark side of the sun right now, so I could be misled. I'm just saying, he was all right there. Come back. Y'all having private conversations. See, the private conversations, you know, that's okay. Because, you know, it's just giving. This is why I got to use my superpowers and tune into what y'all got going on. Because I know y'all are talking and doing all type of communicating and sharing stuff. And I know we're not privy to everything, or we're probably getting 3% of what you're really doing. But I just want to hear what was so funny. You was laughing. He was kicking it up. He having a good time. Like, is it a Martian over there? Okay. Did you see Hades open up? Like, I want to know what you're doing. And then you keep sliding them out the camera. You know we try. Okay, you know we looking.
This is Mission Control Houston. A view on your screen now of Sergei Mikhaev aboard the International Space Station, one of the 2 Sergeys living on the space station.
Now,
NASA astronaut Chris Williams. Williams has been working to.
Who put 2 Sergeys on there? You know, I'm at NASA. Now, see, I'm going to get confused. Why do we got 2 Sergeys? Somebody should have changed their name or had a nickname, because I'm going to get confused with the 2 Sergeys. Why are 2 Sergeys coming? That's giving the Russian teas, or whatever. But the Russians, y'all got to get some more names, because I'm gonna be mixing up the Sergey. That is very confusing. He just gonna pop out. I'm like, well, I thought it was already a Sergey. How many?
Operations as we prepare to welcome Crew 12 aboard the
Get the names together. You can't be having 2 Sergeys.
Still working through their checklist to ensure they're ready to enter.
But if Sergey 1 do something that Sergey 2 didn't do, and get, 7 minutes to the hatch open, we can rock that out. I'm just saying that which Sergey was that? They need to identify this as Sergey 1, Sergey 1.2. Like, do something with that, NASA, because I'm already confused. I don't know which Sergey is the Sergey. Is it the real Sergey or Sergey 2.0? Y'all just can't be putting 2 Sergeys on the dang going space station and think we're not going to get confused. That's why. This is why this is why I'm glad Andre is going by Andre, the Russian, because he could have he might have been Dmitry Bozlov, Gorzet, Andre. I'm really glad your name is Andre, even though you Russian. But the 2 Sergeys, how many is that? 1, 2, I'm gonna get it. We're gonna get it together, y'all. We're gonna get this crew. We're gonna find out everybody that they will. It's 7 people now. Jessica and Sophie and Andre, I can identify. Now I get, offhand. But I gotta get familiar. I could just pull y'all up. Let me go over here and let me get real nosy. We're gonna figure this out, y'all. I need to know what's going on with the Sergeys. They're just not gonna be. I'm going to NASA. I'm so. You don't wake up like this, y'all. I was born like this. Okay. Let me see something. I need to see the other Sergey. I'm going to have to go into that, y'all, because it might take a second. Is that Mella?
Mella? Can you hear me?
Yeah. You got an echo.
All right. I hope I don't have an echo.
Let me see. Yeah, you do.
Let me clear whatever I got going on out here. How about now? Is that cool? I hope it's too cool for school.
Dang, it's still there.
Damn.
Yeah, it's still echoing.
Continuing to monitor the arrival of Crew 12 to the International Space Station, which will increase the number of people living and working on the orbiting laboratory.
Restart and come back.
Okay.
15 p.m. Central Time following
on-time launch yesterday morning.
I don't need to hear that. Now look at the brothers in here, y'all. Let me see. We really ain't got that many in this room.
That's an approximately 34-hour rendezvous where.
What's going on with this heck? Now see who's sitting there. They've been sitting here for a long time.
Moving very
let me zoom in real quick.
Today.
What's his name?
The crew aboard Dragon is continuing to step through their procedures as the International Space Station side is ready to begin opening.
Come on, Super Geek Squad up in the building. I see you, black man.
We'll also hear a few words from the crew.
They probably got you doing all the math, don't they? They got you doing all the math. We back here, okay? Yeah, we look. Now, see, I don't know where Williamson went. Chris has disappeared, and then Sergey done popped up out here, and I don't even know where they all up over there taking shots. Let me go take a shot. Let me find out y'all over there taking intergalactic shots. Oh, really? How he do that, James?
Check Dragon for inventory.
Is he really? Is that for real? I'm gonna find him. I'm gonna pull him up over here. Okay, what we doing? Where y'all went? Cause I was gone a minute now. Now I got to start over. James, why is it two Sergeys? You need to help me figure out which is Sergey. Like what we doing here?
And there's no water remaining from location 11 and 12.
So y'all moved all the water from 11 to 12. So 11 don't got no. Okay, well, I guess there's no needed anymore, right?
3, so that puts what I count up to 20 uses for the system, and that puts us down to 0 remaining in bag 204. So 0s across the board for the waters.
But y'all have to take all the water off.
And Dragon Space X for additional follow-up.
That is definitely a brother.
To get in sync with where you are in 4.400, are we complete through section 2 with section 3 now in progress for the waste system flush, or are we complete?
We're gonna just call him
flush, which is in progress now.
I'm gonna give y'all nicknames because I'm already lost on Sergey. So here's the 3 remaining. So the lady's the one that got sick. So this is already who's there. I guess Sergey, I don't know. I thought Williams was. This must have been Williams then, without the glasses. But that wasn't the hair I saw. Something ain't right. Chris' hair was different. I know what I like. Somebody had a little bit of a bang, so I'm not really sure what happened there, and I'm not willing to go back and mess up the place. But rest assured, I'm going to go back after this and see what I know. The top of what a head looked like. That didn't come out right at all. Somebody had bangs though. Unless the angle was. No, that definitely wasn't you, Sergey. You don't got no front hair in the front.
So when you've completed all remaining actions in section 3,
type of watch you got on, baby.
Call in 4.1. So we'll just be looking for your readiness.
Come on, black man. Now, see, let me get me a space boyfriend. I guess it's I don't want to make anybody jealous, but let me see if anybody, one of y'all can be, who's going to be my boyfriend up here. I really don't do boyfriends, but it's Valentine's, so I'm gonna go with him. I don't know yet. I need your name. I mean, they're not even acting like y'all matter. They act like they sit in the new crew and they're not properly introducing the old. They did it yesterday, but they did it so quick. The girl gone. What y'all done sent her home talking about she didn't feel good. From what's going now? I want to know. See, yesterday I said, well, it's not our business to know what happened. She's not feeling so well. But now I want to know what medical condition she had, because y'all just, y'all too cozy. Let me find out y'all done ran her off. This is for entertainment purposes only, and also a little bit of information.
I'll copy.
Okay, we copy. Looking for our call in section 4.
That might have been Chris. His hair didn't look like that from the angle I saw, but y'all know angles can really do a lot. So I'm gonna let it, and I'm gonna leave that alone.
All right, SpaceX copies. Thank you. Yeah, that's the contact SpaceX instruction in 4.1.
Right, James. I'm just saying she got sick. I get it. I just want to know they look fine and well.
I assume that we can continue into step 4.
James, I don't miss nothing. I'm over here zoomed in on the belts and everything.
A-firm, we'll go ahead and start stepping through section 4.
Everybody should have the Velcro pants. Oh, they do. I'm doing all that cash money talking. Everybody is in Velcro pants.
A lot of communication between.
I know that's Sergey. I know the way he got his arms folded. It's giving Russian
with the crew aboard Dragon.
I really personally don't care.
To open the hatch and join the crew aboard the International Space Station. Just confirmed that they have doffed their suits and are drying those. They've had an opportunity to change before they enter the space station.
Okay, so they're you know.
Sergei Mikhaev and Sergei Kutsverchkov, both of Roscosmos, and at the bottom of the screen, NASA's Chris Williams, who has been prime for bringing the Crew 12 crew.
All right, so Chris, the browner guy, that's the pilot, and Sergey 1 over there and Sergey 2, they're really not doing a good job. I can't separate them. James, can you help me? Who is Sergey 1 and who's Sergey 2? They just can't be both Sergeys over here. Like, should we say less bald Sergey or hair Sergey? Like, I need to be able to separate the Sergeys. You know, I can tell they're both Sergey, but can't tell 1 or 2, and it's giving me, you know, unsettledness. Now, this is Chris. I thought Chris had a little bang before. I guess I was wrong. Okay, Chris got the tablet. But the Sergeys back here with the same name, they should have rolled dice or something and picked which one of us is going to be Serge or Sergey. Like, they need to have done something about that, because it's just going to be confusing.
The International Space Station today. These 3 have been living and working aboard the space station since their launch on Soyuz MS-28 last year, and they have been the only 3 on the station since Crew 11's departure last month.
Wait a second. What happened to the... Now, see... I'm going to leave it alone, because I might be misunderstanding a word. Y'all did have a 4th person. Y'all just sent her back, but let's not act like she wasn't there. Or she was a part. Y'all move on fast in NASA. Y'all know how to rotate them out. Like, okay, next. You got a migraine. Send them next up.
The time zone used aboard the International Space Station is GMT, and it is just past the 10 o'clock hour at this time.
Sergey, you giving all the Russian teas. Y'all gonna have to. I'm about to go over here and make a complaint. I'm making a complaint, NASA, that you need to do something with these names. Because I want to give the proper blame or credit where it belongs. I just can't be like it was one of the Sergeys. That's not acceptable. He's not doing so well. I think he got a headache. I'm just gonna call y'all what I want. So we're gonna do Sergey, Muscle Sergey, and I'm just gonna call you the muscular Sergey, because you got a little more, muscle in your shoulder. I mean, I'm just gonna call you Big Sergey and Little Sergey. So that's what I'm doing. So y'all, I don't know what to do with the Sergey. So we're gonna have gonna be Big Sergey on the left and Little Sergey on the right. I think that'll work. In the Bible, they had two James' disciples, and they went by Big James and Little Greater. It was called Greater James and the Lesser James. Now I'm not gonna do y'all like that. Greater James and Lesser James. I'm gonna call you Big Sergey and Little Sergey. That's what I'm gonna do. James confused. We're gonna go with Big Sergey, the bigger one, and then Little Sergey, because that's the best I can do. I don't want to use hair. So Big Sergey is the bigger one, and Little Sergey is the smaller one, and Chris is right there. Why Chris doing all the piloting and y'all over there having a whole conversation? Y'all not helping out. What happened to Williams? Now, see, I know when wasn't somebody named Williams up in there going in the hatch doing the inventory? Was that somebody different? Stop playing with me, NASA. What happened? Wait a minute, James. Williams was doing the inventory. Remember when we was counting the food and we was all up in the C308 package or whatever? His name was Williams. Where is he? Oh, because unless one of the Sergeys was I'm missing Williams, so I got the Sergeys together. Now I can't figure out what Williams went, but they said this is the only three. I get that. So somebody's last name must be Williams. I could just go to NASA and pull that up. Let me go find out. Let me go pull their crew up, y'all. I'm let me see what y'all got going on. Oh no, once we didn't get it. Hold on, y'all. Was that some of these were private. No one. I was like, why would they make it a big deal about? Boy, that 2 Earth systems about to upset some people. I'm not even going to share that. That's going to upset some folks. We're going to go with Big Sergey and Little Sergey. I got to go all the way on here and try to find the staff, y'all.
Thanks, Dragon.
But we are happy Dragon made it. We just need to see them. I saw him, well, we'll just keep going.
All right, SpaceX copies. The
Let me
ISS
get
has reported that they're ready for Dragon hatch equalization. Can you confirm that Dragon is ready for hatch equalization?
No, we know Crew 12. We know we got them down.
Confirm, we are ready.
SpaceX copies. We are taking that action now.
Oh, y'all holding out on this crew information now. See, I'm gonna come back to that because they got 12 all over the place, but I need to see.
Station and Dragon, stand by for equalization. It is expected to take 4 minutes.
Okay, here they go. Wait a minute. What? I'm gonna leave this alone because this is I don't remember seeing that person. Hold on, now let me see if y'all swap somebody out. Now see, this way y'all been doing so many launches. This is why the people be getting confused, NASA.
We heard those communications.
That's a whole Japanese guy. Hold on a second.
Dragon, that is Crew 12.
All right, we're gonna stay focused, y'all, where we at right now. We know for a fact Chris, Big Sergey, and Little Sergey are here.
Sergey Kudzverchkov on the left, NASA's Chris Williams in the middle, and Sergey Mikhaev on the right.
See, Sergey Mikhaev, what happened to Williams?
Joined by Crew 12 and bring the total of people living and working on the space station up to 7.
That's
As you
fine.
can see, it appears that they are looking up. That's the direction toward the Node 2 zenith or space-facing port.
Bye, James.
No 2 Zenith is where Crew 12 docked today, and that coming almost 2 hours ago, 2:15 p.m. Central Time.
Dragon SpaceX on the big loop.
Don't try to be slick now, because y'all know y'all be doing slick stuff. I support you though.
The current video director override phase.
But I know Williams was all.
If I can bring it back in on board.
Now y'all done turned the light on in the head. Y'all don't try to be slick. I don't know who hitchhiked. I don't know who rolled shotgun, but you know what? It's okay. It's all good.
These three are pretty clearly excited to document their new crew members joining them.
Yeah, we want to see them too.
Already getting some waves through that docking hatch window before the hatch is actually opened.
Sergey, you know, y'all real comfortable. Y'all need to be worrying about the new people. Y'all been up here for months.
Dragon SpaceX, we are back on board with cameras.
You don't need no photos. All three of y'all don't need to be taking pictures. Chris was enough. This is why we got confusion now. It's too many photos.
The teams are allowing some time for the pressure in the Dragon cabin.
All right, I'm gonna go past now. I don't want to miss the moment because when they come on.
Once those are equaled out, we will.
That's how I ended up missing the inventory last time. I walked away and started cooking. Chris, what you pointing at? We can't see. That's why y'all be making me upset when you got to take the sound off.
And on the left side of your screen, the inside of the Dragon spacecraft, where Crew 12 is preparing to exit and join the other Expedition 74 crew members on the space station side. As you can see, they've had time to get out of their suits and start to dry those out. This is what they do after having worn them on the ride uphill. They've also been working inside the cabin to make sure everything is properly stowed for their long duration mission on the space station.
Well, what's the long duration? I thought y'all were only going to be there for 8 months. That's not long. Am I missing something here? I'm trying to keep up and do a good job, but 8 months ain't that long. I can blink, and it's 8 months. So what's going on?
The view from inside Dragon now showing you the view from the pilot and commander seats.
Y'all, I'm gonna have a long duration because y'all gotta be there for Artemis 2. You're not. Yeah, y'all gonna be here for a minute, and then the lunar landing moon right after that. They don't need no new crew. Y'all need to stay right there.
Those screens. Those are the screens that the crew uses to monitor during the flight to the space station.
So we got 3 Russians, a French, 2 Americans.
On the big loop for hatch open.
I don't know where Chris is. I suppose it really doesn't matter in the outer world order.
You are go for hatch opening per the decal, followed by the remaining actions in procedure 4.400. After 4.400 is complete, transition to NASA procedure 2.102.
Okay, we copy that. We're go for 4.4. We'll finish out step 4 and go into 2.102. And can you confirm we should complete all those steps? Is that going to be before the PAO event, or will we do the PAO event and come back to do that?
SpaceX copies. Good question. We're going to complete the 2.102 steps prior to the PAO.
Copy.
I still want to know about these Tesla iPhones. Okay, I'm about to tweet Elon Musk and ask him about these Tesla iPhones. I have no intentions of purchasing one. I just want to know. They be all in our business. I'm gonna give the same.
And on the left side of your screen, you see the crew members beginning to open the Dragon hatch.
All right, let's go hatch.
And on the right side of your screen, you see 3 excited crew members ready to welcome them.
I know they do seem like, man, somebody else. They definitely ready to see y'all. Let's get some more pictures, team. I'll be auditioning for the NASA cheerleader tryouts. If anyone is interested, just leave a comment in the comment section. We're going to try to get together a cheer squad or something so we can get a little razzle dazzle going on.
As you heard the crew discussing with the Corps in California, they are checking.
We're so excited to be here.
No, actually,
they will continue to step through some procedures before we get into the welcoming ceremony.
Is it really necessary to do a welcoming ceremony? I mean, I just don't think it's, y'all could have just skipped that part. It's really adding extra unnecessary time. But I get it. Big Sergey, you don't need to keep trying to flex your muscles. We already identified you as Big Sergey and Little Sergey. You don't gotta try to be slick and roll your sleeves. And y'all keep flipping them dang on cameras around like that. You know them. Each one of y'all holding a camera, a net worth about $1.1 million. I don't think you should just be treating it like a PlayStation controller, Sergey. Somebody tell Sergey in the blogs that he treating a camera, a $1.1 million camera, like it's a PlayStation controller, and he needs to do better with that. Okay, that's $1 million in your hand. You can't just be flipping it like that. Now I see what you be doing on your spare time. That's it. I'm going to I'll be back, guys. I got to go make a complaint. Let me go make this complaint.
Dragon, Houston's with you on 2. Go ahead.
And the duct installation is complete. We're go for IMV fan activation.
Houston copies. Understand we are go for IMV fan activation.
As you heard Jessica Meir report that the duct installation is complete, we previously saw Chris Williams routing this to Dragon. This allows for IMV or intermodule ventilation.
Thanks for telling us that, because no, we didn't know what intermodal ventilation meant. So now we do. That's the IMV, you guys. Just remember intermodal ventilation. Although you'll probably forget it in 10 seconds like I will, but we'll just keep saying it over and over until we remember. Intermodal ventilation. Can somebody write that down? Intermodal ventilation is what the IMV stands for. Let me put it in the chat. We don't have to pretend we know what words mean, you guys. We can. Was it intermodal? Or module? You know what? It's whatever. We'll figure it out, okay? You guys, we have to keep up with the vernacular of space talk if you're going to be going. So you just learned something. You got to have the vernacular.
With you on 2, you have our go in step 6.3 for location 23.
2 weeks. Let me go back over here to NASA while we're over here waiting. I'm trying to get the staff, the crew. I'm sorry for calling all the staff, but you are working, so we got 12 down, I guess. So y'all just not gonna.
This is Mission Control Houston. The hatch on the Dragon side of the Dragon being docked to the International Space Station was opened at 4:14 p.m. Central Time, coming almost 2 hours after docking at 2:15 p.m. Central Time. The crew continues to step through procedures inside Dragon before floating through the hatch and into the International Space Station.
What happened to the Asian guy? Because there ain't nobody. I'm just gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna leave that right there. Y'all need to be careful with these photos. We can go back and look now. So like, don't think you're not that slick. You're slick, but you're not that slick. It took me 2 seconds, and that I don't have an answer. Let me pause this. Well, we almost through it. Hold on. Surgeries, I can't. I'm sorry, guys. Y'all gonna have to just get the red ball.
Obviously, you can see we've regained those communications, views, and audio from the space station and from Dragon.
That's when they was over there talking about Sophie here. Some of Sophie could have burned her hair up. Sophie, you leaving all type of DNA traces, okay? And I see when the dang on aliens get a strand of your hair and go and recreate you, okay, and come infiltrate. Don't say nothing, because you could have had tied that down a little bit better. I don't know if you lost your scrunchie or what, but just know that you kind of, left a pretty serious DNA trail. What did you expect? Why Chris got to have on the white socks? That's how I know that's Williams had on. Oh, that's Sergi. See, I be paying attention. Williams had on black socks that was doing the inventory.
On the left side of your screen, you can see the Dragon crew continuing to work through their procedures before they enter the space station. They are not in their suits. They took those off shortly after docking. This allows them time for the suits to dry out. They won't wear these again until they prepare to board Dragon and complete their journey on the space station by coming back to Earth. Again, this is a long duration mission.
Well, you don't really know that they're not going to wear those.
You can't say that. Living and working on the orbiting laboratory.
You don't know what can happen, and they got to go put some space suits on, unless you got another set.
Currently most visible in Dragon.
Configuration is complete.
Now, Sophie, look, I'm supporting you, girl, but you're gonna have to get a scrunchie. It's just distracting. That's all. Look, I know you got to get you some space scrunchies. Somebody on the blog tell Sophie she got to get some scrunchies. Okay, it's a lot going on there. I think this might be Sophie's first And Jennifer second. Maybe
and SpaceX Dragon, we will proceed into ISS and come back to finish the last step of the suit still. If that works for you guys.
Air and no gravity don't work. You know, it could use it. Yeah,
and we can follow that up on that later.
Stay firm. Thank you, guys. It was a wonderful ride.
It was our pleasure, Jessica. Have a good stay there, Crew 12.
Sergi, y'all got Chris out there doing all the work, getting them in, and y'all just want to sit around here flipping cameras, okay? You better be good with that engineering. I know that much. See this, y'all not gonna play with me like that. See this what I'm talking. See, now I'm about to tell you, Chris, you changed your socks. See, y'all, let me hold on. What do I need to come on camera to get them together? Chris, I don't know what happened, but you just had on white socks. Now, the other people, they're not like me. They don't pay attention to the smallest detail. You don't get to go change your socks, Chris, and don't explain why you did it. Because I know for a fact you had on white socks. Because I was about to make a comment about, I said Williams had on black socks. Then you come back with black socks on. So your white socks weren't dirty unless there's a protocol for wherever you went. You got to change socks before coming back in, which should be explained. You need to explain how you just went from black socks to white socks. No, you went from white socks to black socks, and I thought another time it was a change, but I let it go. But this time I'm not letting it go, Chris. You just changed your socks, and you didn't give an explanation. Now I'm gonna have to get on y'all. Now see, I know how to. Chris. Now y'all making me go back to who had them bangs, because I was gonna let that go.
Space Station.
You're dealing with a legend over here. Come on in, y'all. I'm gonna leave them socks alone. We'll come back. Come on, Sophie girl.
Through the hatches, ESA astronaut Sophie Adeno on her first trip to space.
Yeah, all right. Oh, Sophie, you done hit your leg on the thing. Now, you okay, girl? Now she done hit a leg. Somebody help. Sophie, this her first time, and she done already hit her knee on the thing.
NASA astronaut Jack Hathaway.
You could have helped out, Chris. Come on, Jack. Jack is the pilot, y'all. This is his first mission too. Now you helping Jack a lot. You didn't give Sophie that type of help. She done hit her leg
on the space station, and
come on, Andre.
Now we makes her return to the space
Jack,
station.
get out the way. We can't see Andre. You block Jack. Now see, Jack, this is not working for me. Jack, you messed up. You block Andre's entire entry coming in. I can't verify that was Andre that came in. I did see a tip of his head, but then you was in the way. Now you got all this going on. Y'all made me so sick. I'm gonna go on Twitter and cut. Y'all have made me so upset. This was not necessary. Okay? You're not slick. This is what I was talking about. Why y'all doing this to the people? Chris, you did that quick sock change. Y'all done had Sophie, she coming into the space and hit her leg. She needs medical attention. Somebody better be checking on Sophie's leg. And then Andre comes out next, but he blocked Jennifer. He blocked Jack, and I didn't even see Jen come through. So you know what? Yeah, it's gonna be some questions. Y'all, this just know. You don't need to be this. If this is the welcome ceremony, this was not done well. Everybody deserves a fair entry into space, okay? They deserved a fair entry in, okay? Not one per other than Sophie. Y'all let her, it was her first time. She needed extra delicacy handling her. You didn't do it, and she hit her leg. Then, okay, you didn't even get her a scrunchie for her hair. Okay, like, come on, guys, now. And now this is a whole hot stew mess going on here. We didn't even get to see the rest. Come on, Jean. Jack and Andre, I'm side-eyeing them. Now, see,
we have lots of hugs in microgravity as the International
No,
Space
we
Station
didn't have
is
lots of
back
hugs.
to 7 crew members.
Everybody did. Well, at least Sophie's excited. Is your leg okay, girl? Just pretend. Because I saw. Okay, now we got more hugs. Good job, Chris. Because I was gonna say y'all didn't give Sophie no hug like that. Okay, I'll take that back. We doing good on the hugs. Well, now Sergi, I don't know. He rushed. They don't do too many hugs. He probably didn't want to get Andre, they didn't give you your entry was really laxy daisy, and we didn't even see Jack. I still don't see Jack. Where is Jack?
Houston, station on 1 for the PAO event.
Is Jack behind your ass?
Station Houston is with you on 1. Go ahead.
Andre, can you move your ass so we can Jack down there? I'm sorry. I'm having way too much fun
Houston, copy.
with this.
For an on-time
What? Jack, are you okay? This is the best photo. I'm not sure. I think Jack might have fainted for a few seconds. I don't know why you was down there that long, Jack. But it's okay. You made it up. That's all that matters. Maybe Andre was trying to, hide you for a sec because you was having a hard time getting yourself together. And being that this is your first mission, you're allowed to, faint a couple times or whatever. But just know, all right, I caught that. All right, you was down there missing for a minute. I didn't see you for a couple minutes now. Are you come? They tried to play that off, but we swifted in a double-edged sword around here. So just like Chris gonna explain, them socks change when I come over there. I'm gonna need answers. What's up with the sock change?
I'll make a call in about 60 seconds if you're good with that. And
works for us.
Cool. Just for your awareness, I'll be coming up on Space Ground 2.
There's Crew 12. Now all 4 members of Expedition 74 aboard the International Space Station.
Andre, what you over there discussing? Don't be trying to navigate what Sophie doing. And why you you the only one with the white socks. So he better not have on white. Now you messing the photo up. Chris, I got questions. Y'all lucky I couldn't call in. No, Andre, don't do your leg like that. That's not the look. That didn't make a good picture. Stop doing the most now. That wasn't a good pose. You need to get it together. You over here doing Gumby legs. You need to get your pose together. Now I know you're tall, but you're not that tall. Chris, I don't know who told you to be the photographer. You better not in them socks, okay. And then now on top of it, are they black? They got black with yellow tips.
Currently, we're not hearing
maybe, it may be a reason for that sock change, but until I get one, I'm side-eyeing you. I just want to know what you...
Houston copies. That's a good voice check. Standby 1.
Sergi, we trying to get the photo. Now, what are you doing? Hang on, y'all. Sergi. Big Sergi done left the goddamn on photo. What you got to do so important? Get back in there.
Station, this is Houston. Are you ready for the
Andre,
event?
fix your face. Stop looking confused. Jack, straighten it, fix that shoulder over there.
Houston Station on...
Sophie, I know that leg hurt. That's the leg that you hit on that rail getting out. I know, boo.
Say welcome to Crew 12 today, and we are happy they all arrived safe and sound, and we've been waiting for this.
We all happy the Dragon arrived safe and sound too, but we're not gonna act like Sophie didn't hear her leg, and I know it's throbbing. So we're gonna keep going on for entertainment purposes and keep this going. But I know Sophie better got some daggone Tylenol 3, something on her leg, because that was a hard hit. Her first entry into space, she got that, because y'all wasn't properly handling her, helping her. All right, guys, y'all didn't do a good job. She shouldn't have had to bump her leg. So, y'all they're safe. Y'all made it there safe. But I saw that little injury. Now we're gonna make sure we're taking care of the people fairly. Don't be acting like Sophie got to take it like she hit her leg.
For a long time. So we're really happy and proud to work as a team here. So let me pass the mic to Jessica.
That's all you had to say, Sergi?
Thank you so much. It is so wonderful to be back up here for me and Andre, but really we're so excited for Jack and for Sophie for their first trip here to the International Space Station. I think you look around the crew up
Sophie
here.
Is so excited
really to everything that we do.
Y'all, Sophie's winning me over.
So many backgrounds, so many disciplines, and we are
with
so
her throbbing leg
here and to get to work with Expedition 74. Sending big hugs and love to Svea and all my family and friends. We did it. We're here. We love you. Over to Jack.
Really cute with the mic flips.
I don't even know how to describe what it's like
we know
to be here.
Just try.
You just float in, and it's just such a cool experience. It's been a great trip with my great Crew 12 friends. I'm so excited to join Expedition 74, see my classmate again.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
Oh, so y'all was in the same class. So Andre, let me wait. So Chris, the brown guy in the middle, Big Sergi and Little Sergi were in the same class graduation with Jack, who's talking with the mic. Oh, okay. So y'all a little clique. And now you piloting and they got you. So, okay, I got it. Look, I get it. Clicks are necessary sometimes. So they got their boy up here on the mission now. Y'all was, that little high five out, okay, squad. So y'all a little squad. That's the 4. So y'all a squad. Let me make sure I got this right. So Big Sergi, Little Sergi, Chris, and Jack, they are squad. So I'm going to be keeping my eyes on y'all. Okay? Now, we gonna let that go on record. That's a graduating class, so they already, ganged up.
I'm gonna pass over to Sophie.
Come on, Sophie.
Thank you, Jack. Yeah, well, I would say that was quite a ride, but very fun. It was also great to have the help of Jessica and Andre, two experienced. They are very generous in sharing all of the advice for us. So very grateful for them. The first time we looked at the Earth was, wow, mind-blowing. The Earth is so beautiful from up there. And literally, we see no lines, no borders. And it was, yeah, a very big moment for us, Jack and me, to see that for the first time. So we're happy to share it with you in the future events.
Thank you, Sophie. That was a very nice speech.
Я скажу по-русски. Всем большой-большой привет. Очень рад, на самом деле, быть здесь опять, чувствовать этот ни с чем.
Now, wait a minute.
Запах.
Andre. Now, see, I appreciate the languages and the arts. Now, Andre, you know, dang on well, there wasn't no translator going to be going. I get it, but I don't. You just had to bust out with the Russian. Why do you refuse to change over? You know, let's just go on, because I see Andre gonna do what he want to do.
Запах МКС, который ни с чем невозможно перепутать. Большое спасибо команде SpaceX. Большое спасибо всем тем, кто провожал наш экипаж в Хьюстоне, потом в центре Кеннеди. Отдельное спасибо всем тем, кто занимался моей семьей и именно провожал меня. Family support, Kelly, thank you so much. I know this very hard job for you, but you do it very well and excellent. So thank you so much for my mom, for my wife, for my kids. Сергей Прокопьев, тебе тоже большое, огромное спасибо отдельное.
Andre, hey, Melon.
Hey.
Oh, you sound good, girl.
I'm grateful.
Girl, I'm up here trolling the crew because now Andre done bust out. First you get in the Russian, and then when you talk to Sergi, you talking to them and like you're not going to be playing these type of games, Andre. Now you could have just came out in the first place and gave us a dual conversation, but you just gave Sergi, who's laughing right here at the top. He just said something to him because I heard him say his name, and you talking clearly to Sergi because he find it funny. Girl, I'm up here trolling NASA, honey.
Okay.
I am. I'm having a good time. They done docked. The dragon has docked, so I'm glad that was successful. They're doing their little welcome ceremony. They about to be at the end. I wish you could have caught a lot of it because, well, it's a lot of it standstill. But Andre up here with, I'm just trying to figure out his name, Andre, but he's Russian, so he wanted to be Andre. We're gonna just let him be Andre. But I ain't never known a Russian name Andre, but that's his name. We got 3 Russians, a French, somebody from Connecticut and Maine in the middle, and I don't know where the brown guy. I don't know where Chris from. I don't know. I'm trying to find it, but I couldn't.
С ней очень много времени провел. Большое спасибо, искренне тебе. И также ребята, кто меня провожал, тоже вам большой привет. Саша, Татьяна. Увидимся через какое-то время. Ну, а команда большая, та большая команда, которая занимается работает с Международной космической станцией. Все те люди, которые обеспечивают ее работу, помогают нам выполнять здесь различные задачи.
Now, Andre, you going on and on now.
Работать. У нас
everybody else had 0.8 seconds.
Целых 2 экспедиции.
Wow.
Who's next?
Chris, you need to say something.
Thank you to all the teams all around the world. We are so excited to be here. And let's get rolling with Expedition 74.
Thank you to all participants in Expedition 74.
Oh, get your leg checked out.
Operational
They're showing off. They're showing off now.
Yeah, she had hit her leg when she came out and tried to play it off. So she needs to go on over there to the medic room, and they need to look at that. All right, so that's it. I'm glad they made it there. Okay.
Yeah.
Over here. Honey, I was all Brother, I was all on, honey. I was having
you was scrutinizing the HE double hockey sticks out of them people.
Because they, well, you know, you
scrutinizing those heroes.
I know. I love it. I love them. I am for it. I am full support. They got my support, but they not above reproach or getting trolled. And Chris, I want to know why Chris did that slick sock change. Okay, he changed his socks in the middle of I need to know what was going on, why he had to go change his socks, because I was already, complaining about him wearing white socks in those and they already flooded. I think the black socks look better, and I was going to mention that, but before I could, he went and changed his socks, and I caught it. Okay, I want to know what they doing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm having a whole I've been having a whole time of my life since the launch on what was that? The early morning of Friday the 13th. Wait, no, it would have been since Friday the 13th.
Okay, not the 12th. Okay.
They launched at like 5 in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah. I've been having was it 3? It was 5 because I remember having to wake up. Okay, I've been having a whole field day with this.
Yeah, I'm glad they're safe. I really am. That's important. And I cannot stand any more disasters. I just can't take it.
Right. We want, and that's what I'm telling somebody. I'm like, why are y'all so negative? This is good for us. We need to hear something else. We don't want to hear anything bad. It's already, and I'm like, it is so unfortunate, and it's mostly some people in a certain, a community of people that are being so negative. I'm like, is it because, look, I'm not a scientist, but I appreciate science. And I respect these people who are in these fields and career, like this is their life's work. I don't think making a mockery of it or trying to minimize it because you don't understand it, like that's so low vibrating, Mela. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
are they jealous much? Look, I can't read astrophysics, but guess what? I understand it's needed. I be seeing all the numbers and stuff, and I'm like, okay, whatever y'all say. But I don't go, trying to undermine or think I have some type of voice in things that are meant. It's just like, it's so sad.
It is sad. Bridge, look, I'll tell you this. Comparison is the absence of joy. So when haters are hating, they have no joy in their heart. And that's really as simplistic as that.
I kind of spoke on that, Mel. I think some people got in their feelings when I said something's not right. You guys, every day you wake up just to complain. You can't even be excited about the next milestone.
There's a difference between being inquisitive, such as yourself, and looking for something to hate.
Right.
But, being inquisitive, that's a flamboyant, vibrant nature. But looking to hate, you on some other shit.
Something's wrong.
Yeah,
I'm glad you said it. I was going to speak on it. Mela, look, you calling it out. I'm going to have to tell some people, and I'm not, if your feelings are hurt, they're just going to be hurt. From this point on out, as of the other day, you can't ever be happy. You don't have anything to offer humanity as a whole. You have no joy. You just wake up to complain and nag and find something to demonize. And I'm be honest, you need to be exempt from conversations. If every day I woke up and I'm scrolling the www, the worldwide internet, to find something to demonize, something is wrong with me inside. I don't see the world that way. I understand there's corruption. I understand that's what it's gonna be. But I see the good. I see the light. Mel.
And I look for it. When I had my moment of reckoning, realizing that I was curious, or rather attracted to this negative bull crap title, right? And I can't recall at the moment, because this happened a couple of months ago. This is when I had my awakening. It was like, I was about to press on it. Like, ooh, let me see what this is about. And I realized, I said, wait a minute, that is a negative title. It's inviting, you know, a position of hate that they're inviting me to participate in hatred. And I was like, what is it about me that has become attracted to those types of thumbnails or titles? You know, what is it? It'd be different if I was genuinely attracted to something that's informative as opposed to an insult your intelligence of a thumbnail entitled live stream. And I was like, yeah, I gotta stop going for that because it's feeding the beast that I want to starve.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you got to starve it out. Like, okay, once it gets to the point and you recognize, and I told people, I said, listen here, if I'm talking above their heads, too bad. That just means they're down below. But I am quite aware when I'm being baited in. Mela, I know you'll come back in. I'm very well aware when I'm being baited in or trying to be lured into a very hateful conversation, something that is not even open to understanding or open to the possibility of being corrected. Because when you're in error, you're just in error. If you have it wrong, you just have it wrong. There are things that I have gotten wrong, you guys. But because I evolved, guess what? I corrected it and understood, oh, my bad. I had that all wrong. Okay, I'm not my ego. When we went over this last night, shout out to that live in the midnight hours of the morning. Shout out to that. Catching on. Let me get ready to, those lights was giving me headaches, and let me try to get some camera action for y'all. I'm gonna come on. I wanted to pay attention when that was so much fun to just witness. And you know, we're waiting. We'll get updates, but I hope you all are enjoying. Listen, if your experience in life is just so bad and so miserable, you can't even appreciate milestones in the human species and humanity, then I don't know what you're doing. I don't really think you belong in these types of conversations. Like I said, stay on the bleachers. That was absolutely fun. Of course, it was petty to be like, okay, Chris, what happened with the socks? When we all know it's probably something so simple as he had to do some more walking and he chose to put on some better grip socks. It could be the simplest things. The point was to point out, hey, I caught you, change your socks. It wasn't hating. We're just not the same. We're not all the same. That was so much fun. Let me see if I can catch. See, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to. I'm good with all of that. So I can end this one and oh my God, see, this one I'm talking about. I hope my algorithm is like it need to be. That's off. I don't want to hear see any of that. Okay. All right. Let me go to Twitter, because I mean, that's the go-to feed real quick. And let me make sure I didn't catch why is Elon, if you don't go on somewhere sending out a happy Valentine's Day to people like you actually care, stop playing Elon. Elon be playing too much in people's faces. I mean, I love it, to be honest, but it's still kind of. Okay, I'm following Space Station. We already saw this. Let me share before I scroll up on out of here. And if y'all want some, y'all be want all the FaceTime, all the camera time. I feel like I be working overtime. Let me see. If I'm not following you on Twitter, you just must not be somebody I care about or like. Sorry, not. I mean, you need to go find me and then I'll follow you back. I think we got most of that yesterday, right? And then we called, yeah, because there's only so much to update. Like it's that's just how it goes. So we saw a successful. You guys, it was successful. And shout out to engineering. All right, I'm gonna start trying to do a better job, you all, with giving the names to faces, because I mean these are people, they're making history. I know this is the crew right there. We just watch. I know that we are watching history being made, but let's not forget there are people that make history and people who watch history being made. And sometimes you may be blessed enough to be a person that's made history. I made history in some things. Some of them I have shared with you. Some of them I haven't. I just, they'll probably work. They'll make their way out. So yeah, that's just how that goes. There are those making history and there are those watching everybody else. We need the watchers just like we need the makers, okay? So it's okay to understand your position. So we caught all that. So we pretty much up to date until they give us the next, because they got to get it together. That was on their journey, what it's taken out of them for them to pull it together and come out and do their welcoming. That was pretty good. Yes, I'm on the International Space Station too. We went through all of that. I didn't even realize that was the 74. I don't know what I thought. I think I was trying to do what was documented and counted, but I didn't know that was Expedition 74. That be like, what y'all been going on now? I will, on some fun time, I will share with you all some, absolutely not today, because I'm going to come back. But some things NASA has done that, or that's on their in their files, that I just find absolutely like, really, what is going on here? It's some of it's comical, some of it is like, what were we doing here? I'll share those with y'all. They're great for conversation and entertainment, not so much for educational purposes, but the amount of times they've sent rockets to space and what they put in them and how they've come back. Those are funny. Y'all want to have a good humor? I'll show y'all where they sent the goddamn ladybugs to the they done sent ladybugs. They've sent what was those animals? The dogs they sent. They came back. A lot. Most of the rockets can make it back, and the things inside be alive for the most part. Now, some haven't come back, but some have. And the ones that have come back, though, are the most ridiculous things that was put in a rocket in space. And so I think that's when people were getting fed up with them. And, you know, like when they said, we're going to get on that. Not right now, because I need to take a break, okay? And I'll come back and we can play with, okay, NASA, let's talk about these goddamn colony of fruit flies that you sent out here to space. We can joke with them a bit, and about what was this about? What was the point? I get it. You wanted to see what would happen with the fruit flies. Like let's see what happens. NASA is the leader in let me see what happens if I do this, and that's a lot of money that were played, and I get probably wasted. But we're serious now, right? Because these people have got billions and billions to the trillions up to them collectively invested in this lunar moon project, or the lunar project, because the lunar is the moon. But yeah, so we serious now. Ain't no fruit flies coming on the mission, or ladybugs, or frivolous species. Like it's look, it's time to be for real. And by for real, that doesn't mean I'm in support now. Let's make sure you'll understand my positioning as I give it to you. That doesn't mean I'm in support of what's being attempted. It just means I understand what's going on, and I'm going to be watching. And just like I understand what they're doing, I need y'all to understand what I'm doing. Now, other than that, I got to go because I done did what I need to do, and I got to come back. And these lights, I'm gonna see what I can do because I'm definitely giving the girl. Did you have a night or what? And yes, I had so much fun. That was amazing for me. So anyway, we're good. I'm good here. I don't need to see any of that. That's them. If you didn't catch it, one more time, okay? This is who's on the space station. Andre. That's our Russian. We got Andre, Jack with the mustache. That rhymes. Jack with the stash. We got Andre. I know this is because his name's Andre and he doesn't look at all like Andre. That's what makes it so amazing. So Andre, Jack with the stash, Jen. Okay, Jennifer, you're gonna be Jen. Look, we got to make it be cute, y'all. We don't have to be so serious all the time. We got Sophie need a scrunchie, who is very happy her first mission. Then behind Sophie, we got Lil Sergi, who he can't ever look up. He too busy on his tablet doing the most. So Lil Sergi, the brother right here in the middle, Chris, also the pilot of the former crew. And then we got Big Sergi over here, who's definitely Big Sergi with the mic. Okay, so that is that. So at least at the very minimum, you came over here and you got a little, you got a little 1-2 of the crew. Okay. You got you a little 1-2 of the crew. And that's who we have that you're able to see. All right. On this orbiting space station that has been up there now. I don't know. I think they said 25 years. I really don't know. Probably longer than that. I don't know. Maybe 25 years. And currently is going to be here for an extended time because we got 2 weeks to launch before Artemis 2 orbits. That's going to be huge. So they made it. The Dragon is dragoning. That is it. And that is all. So I don't know. We'll see if I might want to come back and chop it up. I'm gonna need a pair of sunglasses though, and maybe I don't know. Shout out to Mela for coming, but I know how them connections be where Mela is. So we gone. Goodbye.